In the NHL, they go 7. Here in the USPHL, we go 3. Either way you slice it, a decisive hockey game is a great hockey game. And we're here today for the 4-5 matchup between the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings and the Minnesota Blue Hawks. Starting in net for the second consecutive game for the Minnesota Blue Hawks will be number 33, Elias Johansson. 6'1", 195, 20-year-old goaltender from Gothenburg, Sweden. 2 appearances, 1-0, has allowed 4 goals and a 9-22 save percentage for Elias Johansson. For the third consecutive game, it'll be Ian Tum in net for the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings. 5'10", 159, 18-year-old out of Carmel, New York, getting the start once again. He's seen every single minute of action thus far in these playoffs. Tum is 1-1 on the season, or on the playoffs rather, and he has allowed 6 goals and 9-21 save percentage. And honestly, he's earned these 3 starts. Came in on Friday, we weren't sure, thought Yildirim might be the guy. Played really well on Friday, did not play it bad by any stretch of the imagination yesterday. Riverkings are going to need Tum to be strong again here today.
Yeah, I would say three of those goals he had no chance on last night. That basically were rebounds. The only thing I would say is if you can find a way to not give up the rebound, that would be the ideal thing, but easier said than done.
Puck ends up deflecting out of play 9 seconds in. Riverkings moving from left to right across their computer screen, mobile device, or on the Roku, as well as on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media with Art Napgezek behind the camera. We got Zach behind the camera for Hockey TV. Matt Fillmore running things as well. And here come the black and electric blue jerseys back over to our left-hand side of the Minnesota Blue Hawks, looking to punch their ticket to the second round of the playoffs once again under head coach Jay Witta. Done it here a couple of times in the past, but obviously brand new teams, and the Riverkings a little bit more of a veteran squad here, as this one will go past Barasa. No icing call, and the Riverkings will chase on the forecheck. Deflected.
Wonder if the officials want to keep things moving along tonight with that snow coming in. And I don't know where they came from. But
they might have to drive through it if they came from Minnesota. Here are the Riverkings. This one is banked back ahead for Ian Bowman. It is just out of his reach onto the stick of Brennan Shaner. Bank pass ahead for Micah Brego, who had himself quite the contest yesterday. Now Carl Grafelman. He had the 4th goal of the game yesterday for the Blue Hawks. Grafelman, a tough angle shot. That one does not hit. And it's Micah Brego feeding it back down low. Out of the reach of Grafelman. Over to Micah Brego. Looking to step off the wall. Gave it away, though. And here's Sebastian Potter. Stopped by Grafelman momentarily. Now Potter will bank ahead for Ewan Hill. And Hill just have to set it back out to center. He's been out on the ice for quite a while.
You know, I noticed something with the Blue Hawks. The Riverkings try to come out of that corner diagonally in the defensive zone. I'll let you talk through.
There's Grafelman, backhander, the save made by Tum.
When the Riverkings seem to want to come diagonally out of the corner, and the Blue Hawks, something I noticed that they didn't do Friday night that they did last night, and they're doing it again tonight. They're coming down, they're attacking that, and not letting them out of that corner diagonally.
Zach Lamont on the shot right out of the face-off. Ended up sailing that one wide. We did talk about it quite a bit last night, Mark, how the forecheck of the Minnesota Blue Hawks caused all kinds of trouble for the Riverkings, and it was quite a bit different than what they saw on Friday.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have to see if the Riverkings they made an adjustment the last time they came up the sideboard instead of trying to come out diagonally, and they were able to get it out of the zone. So.
Yeah, winning the blue line is always a key in hockey. Get it out of your zone, get it into the other zone, and keep it in there. Here's Tricarico putting some pressure on Brego. It'll be swung ahead by Arseny Valentin. Eventually taken back by Valentin. He'll just had to flip that one into neutral ice, and now can chase it down. Try the shot. It's off of the skate of Medved. Picked back up behind by the Riverkings. Noah Scherf had himself a pretty nice contest yesterday, stepping in defensively. Matt LaJoy now in over the line, and he'll try the shot. It ended up deflecting up and into the netting. LaJoy out with Bryceland and with Tricarico initially, and it looks like maybe now it'll be Peel, LaJoy, and Bryceland. Bit of a line mixer happening already here for the Riverkings.
Yeah, shuffling things up. You got to trying to find some magic when there's nothing left to be held on the ice tonight. It's
Leopard shot, save made, and again, there is a rebound right in front from Elias Johansson, as Rosenberg will end up winning a race and negating the icing. But watch for the Riverkings to try to be on top of those loose pucks.
Yeah, Maliutin did a good job getting
And LaJoie ended up losing his stick in one of the Blue Ox players. Malleotin with a long wrist shot, deflected, and then pushed wide.
Polo in front of the net did a good job getting that off to the corner.
Yeah, turning the tables on the Blue Ox there, as we saw the rebound was sitting in front of Ian Tum. This time it's the Riverkings who were able to clear it off the doorstep. Back into the offensive zone, then swung right back. It's Capolo trying to swat at the puck and get it free, but it's Nate Cheney carrying on for the Blue Ox, the most tenured Blue Ox player. Now shot at the side of the net. Rosenberg didn't get that one through, and then played back ahead by Bryce Cooper. Riverkings will tap it back out to center. Shaner swung over to this side for Barassa. His pass over to the far side, a bit of a fluttering puck that won't settle down, and it's hammered in by Rosenberg.
That thing stayed on its edge all the way across.
Barassa steps up, holds the line, trying to center. Leppert and number 17, Jamison Clark, will meet back behind. Smith on the intercept, feeds it back to the circle, but it'll be Leppert again. Bank pass ahead, does not connect. Right under the stick of Shaner. Just at the 4-minute mark here, period number 1. A Chase Mann stepping in. Mann trying to throw it up front. Ian Tum read it well, put the stick down and made sure that pass couldn't get through. We'll get a penalty here, it looks like. Too many men on the ice, charged to the Riverkings. So the Riverkings were in the midst of a change as they were trying to clear the zone, and it looked like somebody jumped off a touch too early.
Well, and the location of the puck, too. The puck was right in front of their bench, so I saw the ref kind of circle like, hey, it was in the area where the puck was being played on the ice, so that's the reason for the penalty. I guess you got to watch that when you're getting on. If that puck is coming towards the bench, you don't want to get on the ice too early.
After going 0 for 4 on the power play on Friday, 2 for 4 for the Blue Ox yesterday on the man advantage.
Early, huge moment to get the kill here. Not give up that first goal like I was talking about before the game.
And the guy who scored it, Mike Abrego, scored on the man advantage twice yesterday. He's over to the right-hand side of Mann as they take the face-off. His brother Mark patrolling the blue line. Now Falkite falling down, and here's Hender. Missed Riley Lubers. Lubers will spin back, getting tied up by Capolo. Chase Mann tries to set things up, look for Mike Abrego, but hit Mark instead. Here's Mike with it again at the top of the circle. Feeds Mark. Mark shot. That one deflected just off target. Mann was setting up in front. Here's Hender. Another shot. That one missed wide. Mike Abrego back in possession. First 30 seconds of the power play gone. Mike Abrego surveys, gets back to Mark. One-timer, and that one just missed. Lubers wanted to pull it back and take the shot, but he couldn't pull the trigger in time. Mark Abrego holds the line again, gives back to his brother Mike. Mike stepping in, surveying. Mark once again, another one-timer. Didn't get a lot on that one, and here come the Riverkings able to clear.
Yeah, good job on that one, getting the clear. That was starting to get to be a long shift for those penalty killers, but able to get the job done, get it out, and get a chance to get some fresh legs on the ice.
Now into the second minute of the power play. Barassa will reset back with Zach Lamont, leading scorer in the regular season for the Blue Ox. Scored twice on Friday night in the Riverkings 6-2 victory. Here's Lamont walking the line, wrist shot. That one deflected off of Barassa, who is sitting up in the bumper spot. Barassa will have it once again, setting the table back behind, surveys his options, gives off to Lamont at the top of the circle on the near side. He'll swing across, wrist shot, save made, rebound, chopped at, and eventually poked down low by Kupalo. Here's Leppert trying to fight free. Leppert up the wall, able to get it back out to center. Lamont will retrieve. Riverkings can't make the change, but now they might have a chance as Peel will clear it all the way down.
Yeah, Riverkings got a break there. The puck kind of bounced at center ice, and they were able to get on top of it and clear it all the way down and burn off most of the rest of this penalty.
Barassa backhand pass, and that one up on the side of the net. Rebound comes over to the near side. It'll be Capolo played it ahead as the Riverkings go back to full strength, and now Capolo leads the charge. Working over to the far side, hit Bowman, deflected in! Ian Bowman, 1-0 Riverkings.
I was just going to say that bounce in the center ice there, that was a beautiful pass. Right, got Bowman coming down the center, right in the middle of the slot. Just chipped it and right between the legs. gets the Riverkings on top.
And I wonder if Johansson got any kind of a look at that one as Bowman was screened by the defender, Gabe Myers. It ticked off of his stick under the 5-hole, or through the 5-hole rather, under the pads. And Ian Bowman has struck first with 13:42 left in the first period.
I'd have to look at it again, but it was almost like he was reaching around the defender with his stick and just caught it with the back blade, with the backhand blade. Perfect angle, and got it through.
A shot from Cheney, rebound from Rosenberg. Netmel scrambling. Eventually it comes up over to the corner on the far side. Riverkings trying to go back 2-on-2 the other way. Here's Bowman crossing with Falkide. Falkide has to set up, trying to settle the puck down. He gets roughed up there by Cheney. Bowman back to the line, but it comes back out to Hill.
Well, the Riverkings got a change in there. Got a couple of new faces on the ice, and
long outlet pass ahead will deflect off of Rosenberg. It goes out of play, so a face-off coming up. Yeah, that was actually that goal scored in transition as the Riverkings were making a change. Bowman had just stepped out onto the ice, and more credit to Kyle Capolo. You know, we talked in some of the games at the end of the regular season how hot he was getting with that 13-game point streak. Gets in on the assist again. That's his fourth apple of this playoff series. Bowman's first goal, both of them with 4 points.
I was saying, like, when Falkite had that puck down in there the last time, the Riverkings only had 3 guys in the offensive zone.
Beautiful chip pass off for Potter as he tries to step over the line. Barasa stopped him for a moment. Potter centering pass. Swing and a miss from Tricarico as he tried to hit him between the dots.
He might start having some nightmares.
Maybe he's just saving it for the second round.
Maybe.
Got to get there first up. Here's Dominic. Potter will play it for Ethan Dominic. On for Tricarico. Now a chance for a 2-on-2. Riverkings starting to feel it here a bit. Tricarico totes over the line, going 1-on-1 with Myers. Myers giving up some size to Tricarico, but is able to stop up the offensive advance. Now here comes Mike Cabrego back the other way, 1-on-2. Trying to stick handle around the defender. He got twisted around by Capolo right at the last moment.
Oh.
Now it's starting to open up a bit here. Here's Chase Mann, roughed up by LaJoy. Leppert, backhands for Bryceland. Chipped down at center. Capolo trying to step around Mark Abrego. Settled down by Myers, but Tricarico right there, and he'll nail him into the boards. Pass off Bryceland trying to get it across. He had LaJoy open, but a great play by Chase Mann defensively. Here comes Dylan Smith over the line for the Blue Hawks. Backhander, save made by Tom. Now Leppert lost his stick. Centering pass for Hender. Can't get a shot off. And it's carried back out by Bryceland.
You say Leppert lost his stick. He actually had it chopped right out of his hands.
Here's Dylan Smith. Will set it back down low for Chase Mann as things start to open up here. 11:08 left in the first period. Riverkings leading 1-0. Now it is Bryceland. Trying a soft pass over for Nico Peel. Malutin fumbled for a moment. Plays it backhand for Dylan Smith. Couldn't clear it though. Shot back down low by the Riverkings, but right onto the stick of Malutin. Over to the far side. His pass intercepted. Riverkings carried it just a touch too early for Matisse Mayville. And a whistle for an offside.
Yeah, on that last rush, the Riverkings had the puck in the offensive zone, and the Blue Hawks intercepted the puck and were working it back up, and Bryceland did a really good job. He hustled back, and it looked like it was going to be a 2-on-1 or a 2-on-2, and he got back and gave him the third person to help out and forced the plate. I don't even think they got a shot on goal.
Yeah, wide open there for a moment, and now Griffin Joy tries to lift the stick. Anthony Bagnoli in as well, number 17. A little bit deeper in the lineup for Paul Petchman and the Riverkings as this one is played back ahead. Bryce Cooper had it ripped away. And now over the line, this is Gavin Gordon. Gordon, backhander, tried the shot. It's loose in front and knocked away by the Riverkings. Now back to the line, Malutin. Wrist shot through traffic. That one up high.
Up on the Riverkings.
As Johansson goes off with the extra attacker, Malutin trying to settle it down. It is touched there by Cooper. And a second power play opportunity coming up for the Blue Hawks. Now trailing 1-0.
Looks like a cross check. I saw the I didn't see the play, but I saw the Blue Hawks player laying on the ground or laying on the ice, and the referee with an arm in the air. So
Probably safe to say the special teams battle, whoever wins it today is probably heading on to Hudson in the second round.
Yeah, they're calling it on Leppert, and he was the one that had his stick chopped out of his hands earlier, and they didn't catch that. And you got to stay disciplined and not be the one that retaliates.
Riverkings will try to make sure that he sits for the full 2 minutes. Easy enough for me to say, as that one was played by a high stick.
Yeah, it was played by a high stick, and Blue Ox are arguing that, but the linesman had his hand up right away.
Looks like they're having a bit of a discussion. The faceoff will come at center, any which way you slice it. Well, the first 10 seconds of this second power play gone for the Blue Ox. Barassa back for Myers, chased by LaJoy, ahead for Lamont, on for Tommy Babb. Babb in his rookie season with the Blue Ox, swinging it around over to this side. Barassa at the top of the circle, all the way down low. In the corner, Barassa picks it up again. He has Myers manning the point, feeds it back to him, and now Barassa in possession again. Tries to pass across, a backhander there by Babb. That one just a little too hot to handle. Dylan Smith back to the line. Myers returns to Smith. Right-handed shot of that far side circle. Pass through, found Barassa. Winds up the shot. The save is made by Tum. The rebound batted down, and Myers will pick up the puck, and they'll say it was played by a high stick of the Blue Ox.
I don't know. I thought it looked like a Riverking batted it with their glove, but they say they're a lot closer to the Riverkings will take that to force that outside of the zone.
I'd say so, yeah. I mean, from this vantage point, I agree with you, but maybe it was a little bit of both. Maybe the stick got up as well.
Another thing I've noticed is the Blue Ox have been banking the puck off of the boards behind the net, and the puck has been coming out back past the Blue.
Ooh, big collision there. Yeah, Joy and Barassa as the Blue Ox come back in over the line. More on that in just a second, Mark, because I think you're on to something pretty big there. Here's Babb setting up. What a save made by Tum. He's going over to his right, kick the left pad back, and comes up with a save.
Boy, they're lucky Babb did not get that over to Lamont. If he doesn't put that on goal, if he sees Lamont's wide open on the backside of the net, and it's an easy chip-in goal.
Mike Abrego back out on the ice, number 71 for the Blue Ox. Remember, had those 2 power play goals as part of his hat trick yesterday. This one out of the reach of Hender, down to the final 18 seconds of the power play. I think maybe what you're onto there, Mark, is remember yesterday how close and in tight and off of rebounds the Blue Ox were scoring their goals. That's probably exactly what they're trying to do, is force those net mouth scrambles as Dominique takes a shot and missed it high over the blocker side. Riverkings right back to full strength. Mike Abrego trying to pick up the puck, and there he goes out of neutral. Carries in, has Lubers with. Puck will roll to the line. It did not come out apparently, but the Riverkings will have a chance to clear. Tricarico at center, shoves Chase man over the puck. Falkeye trying to step free. Man chips back ahead. Mark Abrego jumping into the play. Now Falkeye, who just got spilled, comes back, picks up at his own blue line, turns and gets ready to rev up at center. Here's Falkeye into the line. Shot, block, trying to follow it up. Man will push it toward the wall. Didn't get all the way there, though, and finally cleared by the Blue Ox.
Yeah, the Blue Ox were looking to get a change, so they just dumped it out of the zone.
Long pass ahead. Falkeye, wrist shot, glove save at this time. Johansson just going to hang on. Only the 4th shot on goal for the Riverkings so far.
But the important number, the one on the scoreboard.
Absolutely right. Efficiency, right?
Efficiency, yes, sir.
And also being shorthanded twice doesn't help the situation either. 7:27 remaining here in the first period. Face-off coming up over the right-hand side of Johansson.
Oh, bounced right over Leppert's stick.
Yeah, Leppert was in good position, couldn't settle it down. Ian Bowman, the goal scorer for the Riverkings, is back on the ice with Falcott and Hill. They'll tap on for Bowman, gets around the defender, a couple of moves, can't get the shot off though. An attempted centering pass is banked all the way back.
Falkite was coming down the slot and the puck just went right between his legs. It was bouncing around and had a little bit too much steam on it.
Bowman almost had himself a highlight reel tally. Now here's Rosenberg catching up to the puck after deflecting it in. This one's going to deflect off of a stick and go out of play. A little bit of physicality afterward. As Jamison Clark will pick up his stick. And lest we forget, we've seen this before.
A lot of sticks laying on the ice today. Sticks getting hung up in gloves and things like that.
Face-off coming up over the right-hand side of Tub. It is won, but a little too cleanly by the Blue Hawks, so they'll have to go all the way back into their own end. Shaner deals for Barassa. Now here comes the River King forecheck. LaJoy activates. He'll chase down low. Out with Bryceland and Peel. Looks like Peel may be getting double shifted here. He's on that line with Falkite and Hill, and also on this line. Now here's LaJoy trying to settle down. Peel going to wind his shot, and the save made. It was a good one out at the top of the blue paint by Johansson.
Yeah, that was a puck that settled down nicely. It was bouncing around. It settled down for him, and he was able to turn and just crank one.
Back over to this side for Gavin Gordon. Going to go one-on-one with Medved, who shoves him off of the puck. Now going to try to get it back across the line. Got some help from LaJoy. And Bryceland will carry on. Bryceland, who scored once on Friday, dips around the defender, pulls it to the side of the net, drew a penalty as this is covered up by Johansson. A hooking call coming, and the River Kings will get their first power play.
Yeah, it was a good hustle. He was trying to go to the net, and the Blue Ox player got just a little too aggressive with the stick. And Peel almost got, the puck was sitting there. If he could have pulled it to his forehand, he might have gotten a little better shot on net, but made Johansson make the save and cover up and bring off the face-off.
River Kings 0 for 3 on the power play yesterday after going 3 for 4 on Friday. That is just under 43% in the 2 playoff games thus far, as a clear is done by the Minnesota Blue Hawks over the faceoff. Here's Falkite. Had 3 power play goals on Friday. Back over toward the near side. Falkite just going to race all the way around, tries a shot, had a deflection in front, and it ramped up over the top of the net. River Kings have it again. Falkite, point on the far side, gave it back down to the circle. Another shot, that one deflected wide. Here's Capolo stepping up, keeping the play alive. Sebastian Potter back down in the corner, feeds Bowman up to the point. Bowman returns to Kupalo. Kupalo walks in, takes a shot, and that one deflected wide again. River Kings are putting plenty of traffic in front. Puck's just not staying on target. Here's Bowman once again, another shot, save made, rebound, kick free, still bounced around. Blue Hawks get on top of it, and eventually Bowman has to pick it up, had his stick lifted, and it's cleared back. Now Myers and Bowman do a bit of shoving. It's Myers who lifted the stick of Bowman to make sure he couldn't keep the play alive. 50 seconds left on the power play. Falkite winding up, going to weave all the way through. Falkite still on the puck. Passes back, found Bowman. Bowman trying to set up. Gives it right back down low for Hill. Hill stepping over toward the near side. Feeds Tricarico, fresh off of the bench. Shot, save made. And held on by Johansson.
Potter and Hill working down in front of the net. Trying to suck up defenders. And evened up the shots on goal, like you said, when you kill off 2 penalties and you get 1, and it's amazing what happens when you got the extra guy out there and you're able to put a couple extra shots on goal.
Absolutely. This River King power play looking a lot like it did on Friday versus what it looked like yesterday. Not that it was disjointed, but just stuck on the perimeter yesterday. Another shot from Tricarico, save made. Rebound, the helmet is off of Johansson as he was sprawling down to make a save. So that is an automatic whistle. And another faceoff going to be coming up here with 20 seconds left in the power play.
Not sure how unusual to see his helmet come off like that. I'm not sure. I didn't see any contact or anything.
And not sure if that, or even sometimes if the puck just hits you right too.
Yeah, if it catches one of the snaps or something on the side.
Or even sometimes just the movement of the arms, it might catch one of the snaps as well. Once that thing gets loose, it doesn't take much for it to fall off.
No, and then total safety, you cannot let play go on when the goaltender doesn't have his protective gear on.
4:05 left here in the first period. 5 seconds left of the power play. Just enough time for the River Kings to try to take it down the ice one more time as Dominic carries in over the line. Blue Hawks back to full strength. Tricarico with a shot, and what a save
Good
made
save
there. Johansson flashing out his right pad. Here comes Mike Cabrego. Stepping up over the red line as Riley Lubers with Lubers trying to feed it right back for a Brego. Just missed him, and then he just missed Grafelman on the doorstep. Boy, the Blue Hawks missing on 2 high-quality opportunities there by a matter of centimeters for all of our friends on the metric system. There's LaJoy. Sending it to the offensive zone. He just drew another penalty.
Yep.
Will be touched up in the corner, and the Riverkings will go right back to the power play with 3:21 left here in the period.
Cross check looks like, is that Luber's gone?
Yeah, he and LaJoy were working down that far side wall into the offensive zone, and Luber's got the two-handed shimmy up on Matt LaJoy. So Falkeye, Potter, Hill up front with Bowman and Kupalo back on the blue line to start off the second power play.
Well, we'll see if the Riverkings can get one past Johansson here. He was equal to everything they threw at him that last time, and they had some really good chances.
Here's Sebastian Potter will feed it to Falkeye, who retreats back to the point, returns to Sebastian Potter. He and Falkeye playing catch, and now Falkeye will swing over to the far side for Bowman. Kupalo, one-timer, didn't get a lot on that one. Right to the blue. That one missed the glove of Ian Tum, but it went wide.
That would have been a disaster.
Yeah, Tum's not going to want to think about that one anymore. Here comes Falkeye as he steams down that far side wall. Slips the check of Shaner at the top of the circle, gives back to Kupalo. Kupalo returns to Falkeye, one-timer through traffic. Now fed over to Potter on the near side, and he just missed.
Pass.
Here's Falkeye again, settling the puck down. He'll take a bump right at the line from Hender. Mann is able to poke the puck free. Blue Hawks will make some changes. Riverkings will try to catch him in it. Bowman stepping into the line, stops up, surveys, gives across. Falkeye tries to hang out of that one. Sending him to the point again. 50 seconds left on the power play. Falkeye shot through traffic, deflected wide. Had Hill parked in front again. Now thrown right back out in front, and that one behind Potter again.
Twice.
Here's Falkeye walking the line over to his left-hand side. Feeds, give it a one-timer, and that one deflected off of a skate on the way to the net.
I think Myers.
Now Hill at the bumper, into the skates of Potter. Still loose. Hill has it again. Takes the shot, and the save is made. Potter trying to catch up to the loose puck. Tommy Babb to it. He'll bank it off of the glass and down the length of the ice with 20 seconds left on the power play.
You're not going to get many better looks than what they've been getting. And Johansson's been right on top of it. A couple of those passes have been wide open on the backside, so the Riverkings must have spotted something.
Tricarico got stopped up by Lamont. Here comes Hill. 4-on-2. Tricarico, one-timer, score!
There it is. 1 second left on the penalty, so it'll count as a power play.
It was a turnover just inside the blue line, knocked down by Ewan Hill. The Riverkings had some numbers. The Blue Hawks thought they had stopped it up. Tricarico was knocked off with a puck. Hill with a nice intercept. Tricarico sets up right between the dots. And Mark, we said, when are we going to hear from Will Tricarico?
Yeah,
there it is.
The Blue Hawks might not, if that wakes him up and he starts putting some points up, it's going to be a long night for the Blue Hawks.
2-0 Riverkings leading with 1:15 now left in this first period. Remember they had a 2-0 lead on Friday. Remember the Blue Hawks had a 2-0 lead at the break yesterday. There's a shot taken at Alston, will knock it aside. And also remember the Blue Hawks got that 2-0 lead right at the final buzzer yesterday. And now the Riverkings get one late in this first period. Bryceland able to kick it free. 1-on-2, trying to carry all the way through the defense.
LaJoy coming up to give him some support.
Here's Bryceland. And LaJoy taken out by Mallion. That's going to be another penalty to the Blue Hawks. As the Riverkings come up with a puck, they'll blow the whistle anyway. And how big would one more be here for the Riverkings before the break?
Yeah, what was that last one? Like a minute 30 left? So not quite that final minute of the period, but late enough in the period where you're thinking, okay, 2-0 after one. Well, if they put a third one on the board here, that's really going to put the pressure on the Blue Hawks.
And the Blue Hawks will be holding their breath for the next 42.4, just trying to get out of dodge in this first period. Falkeye and Hender tie up. The puck is in Falkeye's equipment, trying to feed it back to the line. Chase Mann able to rip it away. Puck came back out. Riverkings will tag up again.
Not just that, but the penalty kill. That's like the third penalty in 5 minutes? The penalty killers are going to start getting tired if they're on the ice that much.
Absolutely, and that also keeps guys like Mike Abrego off of the ice. as he's not a penalty-killing forward for the Blue Hawks. Now here is Volkite trying to skate through, got taken down, shot from Hill, score! No, they're going to wave it off.
What?
They're waving it off as one of the River Kings ended up in the net. I think that was Hill, and he may have taken a penalty too. Well, I don't know, Matt, can you hit that replay button? Let's see if, no, we can't. We'll see if Hill,
late.
You can see it on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, though. If maybe Hill might have gotten taken into the net by the Blue Hawks player. I'm sure that's what the River Kings are trying to argue. And it wipes out the goal. And
I don't see the penalty.
That's what I was wondering, too, if they're taking a penalty out of this or not.
Doesn't look like it's going to be a penalty, but it wipes the goal off to put 10 seconds left in the period. That would have been, that was huge. But at least you're still going to be on the power play at the end of or at the beginning of the second period.
Well, Volkite's not done, though, as he carries back in, swatted away from Potter by Mann. He'll get run into by Kupalo, who retreats back to his own blue line, and that will do it. Not much to speak of in the first half of the second period, but the River Kings come roaring back, and they'll take a 2-0 lead into the second period and start it off with 1:18 of power play time. Welcome back, everyone. Just about to begin the second period of play here from the Southwood County Rec Center. Game 3 between the Wisconsin Rapids River Kings and the Minnesota Blue Hawks. It is a 2-0 River King lead after one. Goals from Ian Bowman and Will Tricarico. My name is Matt Panier, joined by Mark Lochner. And Mark, we talked about the River Kings getting off to a fast start. Maybe not so much, but they got the goal when it mattered, 6-18. That all-important first goal, as we've seen in the first two games, and then a little bit of extra insurance with the Tricarico goal. And now some power play time to start the second as well.
Yeah, so they get, both goals were power play goals, so
they have it listed as a power play goal, but if you do the math, that actually wasn't one. So
yeah, you're right. And the Tricarico one was with 1 second.
1 second left. Yep.
Using every bit of that time to be able to get that in. They've got 1:18 left here on the power play. If they can get that third goal, which they thought they had at the end of the first period, but.
Yeah, they almost did, in fact, score on this power play already. Now it's turned over, and here's Dylan Hender with a shot that ends up sailing wide.
That looked like that hit some water or something, because that dead stopped on.
Kind of goes into the debate of whether or not you like starting the period on a power play. Some coaches love it, love that fresh ice. Sometimes, as you can see, might still be a little sticky. The puck doesn't cooperate. And you'll have some coaches that say, I don't want to be on a power play to start the period off. Team's not urgent enough.
And
then if you don't score on the power play, you give the other team some momentum. It's a pass back to the point. Kupalo there to flag it down. It's Ian Bowman giving it back to Kupalo. Volkite, far side shot, didn't make it through. Barassa stepped in front. Potter had his stick lifted by Barassa. Harassed back behind. Griffin Barassa looking to step out. Potter able to step up his progress. However, the Blue Hawks will clear with 13 seconds left on the man advantage for the River Kings.
A little worried Potter was going to get called for a penalty there, but
it was close as Abrego and Grafelman come out on the ice, awaiting someone to join them as a third as Kupalo goes all the way down low. Ended up banking it off of the side of the net. Riley Lubers now out onto the ice for the Blue Hawks. Tricarico couldn't pull the trigger on that one out. Mike Abrego will go one-on-one with Kupalo. Shot. That one just missed. Looked like Tum might have got a piece of it. River Kings looking to go back the other way. Abrego picks up the puck. He was on the wrong side of the blue line, though, and that'll be a whistle for an offside. Minute 40 into the second period.
So do you want the answer to the trivia now? Or?
Yes. Let's hear it.
Okay, so the initially, I kind of went through that. So it was 1904 players were ruled off the ice for infractions. And at that time, a referee could assess a 2, 3, or 5 minute penalty, depending on the severity of the foul. And we'll go back to play. I got a couple of other things I wanted to say about it that I thought were interesting.
That is interesting stuff. As Tricarico gets roughed up at the wall on the near side, he'll fire it all the way back into into Blue Ox territory as Mark Abrego picks it up and sets the table back behind his goaltender, Elias Johansson, who stopped 11 of 13 in the first period. Ian Tum stopping all 11 he saw in the first 20 minutes. Leopard across for Cupolo. Pass for Domity does not hit him. Now dish back for Abrego. He wanted to pull the trigger and just lost it off his stick. Lubers came in to help out. Tricarico back toward the line. Grafelman will fire a shot. Glove save made by Tum. Let's hear a little more trivia there, Mark.
All right, so by 1914, all penalties were 5 minutes in length. They were reduced to 3 minutes 2 years later when the offending player was given additional fine. And then the National Hockey League was founded in 1917, and the team could not substitute any player that was assessed a penalty.
Bryceland, shot deflected up over the net. And now picked up by LaJoy, deflected in front. We'll get back to that. That's some interesting stuff as Bryceland shot over the top of the net. And another opportunity from LaJoy, still loose. And then the net is off of the moorings. The Riverkings would like a penalty because I think that's Myers. No, it was Babb that fully took it off of the moorings, but I think it was already off anyway.
Yeah, I think it got bumped. There was a lot of activity out in front of the net there.
If you pull the net off, is that a 3-minute or a 2-minute penalty? Back in the day.
I don't know. I'd delay a game for sure, but.
Here's Bryceland walking free. There's too many sticks in front. Malleton ended up spilling LaJoy. Riverkings really moving the skates well so far. They've caused some issues for the Blue Ox. Bryceland pass back to the point. Dubel was ready to accept, couldn't hold it onside though. He gained the line, but once again was offside.
So they must have counted that he played the puck in the zone. I thought he was outside the zone and chipped it in, but he was right on the line.
Yeah, he was trying to hold it in, but unfortunately, puck would not cooperate with James Dubel.
Nope.
Falkite off of the face-off. It is one back to Shaner by the Blue Ox with a tap ahead for Lamont. Rolling into the Riverkings zone, bank back out to center. Shaner just outside of the line. Lamont trying to pull it past Falkite, but an offside now against the Blue Ox.
So, let's see here. The penalties were shortened to 2 minutes in the 1921-1922 season, and 5 and 10-minute penalties were added 2 years later.
My goodness.
Yeah. I was trying to find out why. I was trying to look up why are the penalties 2 minutes. You know, how did they land on that? I couldn't actually find that, but I found lots of other stuff.
And I say, my goodness, to think that it hasn't changed in nearly 100 years. Here is Cupolo. I guess if it isn't broke, don't fix it, right? And now Hill skates out to neutral. 1-on-2. Hill looking to get around the defender. Took a shot. Save made by Johansson. And he'll hang on. We've just gone past 4 minutes into the second period. No more scoring to tell you about. Riverkings still leading by a pair.
Yeah, weren't able to take advantage of that power play at the beginning of the period, and I almost gave up a short-handed goal with that little bit of a pickup, but everything seems to have settled down here now. And
Leopard chopped one toward the net mouth off of the face-off. It'll be tapped back out to neutral by the Blue Ox. Leopard trying to swing it back to Cupolo. Passes well behind him, and now Cheney comes in on the forecheck for the Blue Ox. Able to strip the puck away from Cupolo. Then he loses the handle. Boy, that puck is not cooperating with anybody here so far in this second period. Leopard out to center. Cheney with a pass ahead for Rosenberg. And again, and that one through the skates. And Tricarico will have to send it right back into Blue Ox territory. And then Abrego fans on it. Now here comes Griffin Joy back for Tricarico, walking in.
Oh.
Then at the side of the net, it was knocked away. Rebound chance over the top of the net.
No,
it got a little bit of the net.
It hit the outside of the net, and the goal judge got a little antsy and flicked the light on, and the crowd went wild.
Everybody likes a red light, but you have to wait its turn.
Unless you're speeding.
Yeah. Well, that just means go faster, right? Here's Abrego. Just ask Honey Boo Boo's boyfriend. As this one is sent back in, and it'll be taken by the Blue Ox, Cheney. See, those are the kinds of things I read at intermission. Now here comes Jamison Clark coming across the line. Puck is bounced around, and Dominique looking to set things up.
Ooh.
Jamison Clark with some help. Rosenberg is with. Clark trying to stick handle around the defender. Leopard able to knock it away. Bouncing puck eventually settled down by Tricarico. And here comes Dominique. Shot, save made, and again that puck pops right out of Johansson's glove into the slot area, but the Blue Ox are at the doorstep first. Tum drops it off for Leopard. That one banks off of a skate, backhanded in front. Tum makes the save. Well, somebody needs to have a word with the puck, as it is very uncooperative thus far in the second period. Here's Smith. He'll try a shot. Tum able to knock that one aside. Back the other way for the River Kings. Dominique misses on the pass. Going to go all the way down. Alston to it. First for an icing.
Yeah, Dominique's not happy with himself. He just got a little bit too much of that. He was trying to hit, I think it was Polo going down the middle of the ice and just missed him.
Faceoff going to be coming over to the right-hand side of the end. 13:53 left here in this second period. River Kings still leading 2-0. Shots on goal 17-15. In this decisive Game 3, River Kings 6-2 on Friday, 4-2 for the Blue Ox yesterday. Winner moves on to take on the number 1 seed, Hudson. 2-on-1 developing. It'll be Tricarico working in with a shot glove. Save made and held out by Johansson.
Yeah, the defender got back and was kind of taking away the pass, so Tricarico tried to let her rip, and Johansson was equal to the task.
And not a bad idea there by Tricarico either, as sometimes that pass across is just not the better play. Sometimes the shot is, and right there probably was. Especially with the way the puck has been sort of taking funny hops here in this second period.
Mind of its own.
Not an easy pass to make. Here's Bryceland looking to settle things down. The puck will be chopped back out to neutral. Fired back ahead by the Blue Ox. So now Matisse Mayville will flutter the puck back out to center, but right into the glove of Grafelman, who swings across for Barassa. Barassa ahead. That one deflected off of a River King. Not going to be icing. Mayville and Lubers will meet back behind the goal line. Lubers for Abrego, bouncing again around, and then eventually cleared off of the doorstep by the River Kings, as Bryceland is going to make Barassa work for this puck. Barassa had it knocked away on the way to Riley Lubers. Abrego trying to catch it in flight. Kupalo chopped it back out to center. Shaner will swing it across for Barassa. And Grafelman are both back.
Bryceland is really pestering.
Yeah, he is absolutely not making things easy here for the Blue Ox. Here's Mike Abrego across the line. Tries a shot. Kick save made by Tum. Puck comes right back to Abrego. Threw it in front. Back to Grafelman with a shot deflected over the top of the net.
I think Peel actually deflected that one up.
Absolutely a bit of friendly fire now. Picked up in the backhand by Grafelman. He'll feed it in front. Turnaround shot is stopped by Tum.
Saved by Tum.
Robin Riley Lubers. Back to the line. Myers will chop it to the top of the circle. Lubers has it again. He'll feed Gavin Gordon this time. Gordon trying to get away from Kupalo. Kupalo tying him up. Blue Ox calling for a penalty. Not going to get one though. Eventually the River Kings come up with it. Gordon again, shot. That one blocked on the way. Cleared off of the doorstep. No further than Mark Abrego though. He'll try a shot off of the skate of Lubers. Banked it off of Tum. Bouncing puck back to the line. Myers trying to settle it down. Turns, fires. Rebound in front. What a save by Tum! And he'll cover up! Incredible save by Ian Tum!
That pass went from the right face-off circle. And Tum... hopefully he's okay.
Every single centimeter he possibly could have.
That pass went from the right face-off circle. Instead of putting it on net, there was a Blue Ox player wide open on the back door, and Tum got his pad over.
Ian Tum getting the salute from the Southwood County Rec Center. Well earned. Just under 12 minutes remaining here in this second period, and he kept the Blue Ox off the board. Puck is iced as the Blue Ox are starting to feel it a bit here, but Ian Tum coming up with the save of the century for the River Kings.
The other thing that save and being able to hang on to that and not give up a rebound is that the River Kings were able to get a change. I think they were getting a little, they had been out on the ice for quite a while. I think that line was getting a little tired.
Face-off coming up over the right-hand side of Ian Tum. It'll be won by Falkeye. Banked back ahead. Now the Riverkings will try to chase us down and negate the icing. Won't be able to do it, though.
Yeah, the Blue Ox have definitely stepped up the offensive pressure here. Been in the offensive zone quite a bit, so Riverkings would like to change that up and get that swing back over into their offensive zone.
Shots 18 aside. Face off again, won by the Riverkings. Kupalo finds Hill, and now the Riverkings are able to get out of the zone.
Oh, jeez.
Pass through Bowman and Falkeye, but no icing.
They waved it off, yeah.
There's Alston setting it back behind. Bowman applying a little bit of forechecking presence as this is picked back up by Leppert. He'll just turn the tide back for the Riverkings. And now Falkeye with speed through center. Carries over the left-hand side. Tries a shot save made. And Elias Johansson will hang on as both of the goaltenders heating up a bit here in the middle frame.
Yeah, making some good saves on both ends. Johansson made some really good saves, but I think Tum's got the leader in the clubhouse right now with that sliding pad save he made.
I'd say so.
To keep this a 2-goal lead.
That's why you do taekwondo when you're little. They make you do all those stretches and get yourself nice and flexible like that. I used to be able to do the splits. Now the only splits I do are banana. As this one goes all the way back down, and that is not going to be an icing. Ripped back away by the Riverkings. Pass back to the point. It'll be Leppert. Over to the far side. Picked up by Falkeye. Given back Whitehead. Shot deflected. Save made, and then the rebound cleared off the doorstep by Malleton.
I used to be able to do the splits too, but I was probably like 6 months old.
Here's Rosenberg. Shot. Oh, the glove save again. This time Tum stretches out and puts the leather on it.
That's 2 of the best saves I've seen here all year in the matter of about 5 minutes.
I want to tell you what, he might need some Tylenol or something tomorrow to ease those muscles, but you're in game 3. Season's on the line. Every save counts, and Ian Tum has just made 2 pretty gaudy saves for the Riverkings in the last couple of minutes.
Well, we talked about it Friday night. Goaltending will get you far in the playoffs.
Here's Chase Mann over to the far side. Whistle net is off the moorings. And that'll bring a face-off back inside with 10:14 now left in the second.
And we're seeing some good goaltending here tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah, you'll need goaltending against Hudson next week, and both of these teams will have it. Again, the winner moves on to Hudson. The Squatch and the Moose are set for a 3-game set at Furniture and Things Community Event Center next weekend. Winner of those 2 series moving on to Utica. Kupalo, pass just out of the reach of Domini. Didn't miss by much, and Barassa will make sure he gets the icing, and then he and Domini doing a bit of shoving and a bit of jawing afterward. Tricarico over there making sure that Barassa doesn't get anywhere near Domini. Just trying to diffuse the situation, if you will. We are now past the halfway point of regulation in this game 3 between the Blue Ox and the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings. Riverkings leading 2-0, both goals in the first period. And a face-off down in their zone. Mann attempted to play back to the point. Dominic got to it first. He's able to get the puck back out to center. Now a little bit of shoving afterward. Here's Leppert. And the offensive zone for the Riverkings. Long outlet pass knocked down by Mann. Shaner has it. Try to twist it free. Domini on the intercept. Domini working over to his right-hand side. Takes the shot. Saving rebound. Chopped away from Potter. He was right on the doorstep open. I think that was Chase Mann who knocked the puck away. Now centering pass from Tricarico. All the way to Leppert. He'll fire another. That one just missed the target. So the Riverkings turning the tide here and starting to put the pressure on the Blue Ox. Potter into the corner on the near side. Dipped it back down low for Domini. Potter will have to chase on Barassa. He tries to carry it out. Barassa ahead for Dylan Smith. That one deflected off of a skate. Will go all the way down Tum. And he'll just dish it off for Leppert. Kupalo up the wall for Chikiriko off of his skate. Goes down. Will it be icing? No. Mark Abrego catches up to the puck. Now he'll be flushed out by Cooper. Had to swing it over for Barassa. Away from Bagnoli. Barassa surveying, wanted to pass it off. I think he needs to go off on a change. Barassa still on the ice. Grafelman fires one ahead for Mike Abrego. It'll go all the way down. That'll be a whistle. Icing.
Barassa will not be able to get off the ice.
Yeah, he has been on there for a good 2 shifts so far. Of course, long change here in the second period. He's the far side defenseman, so not necessarily easy to get off the ice, and see if the Riverkings can take advantage of that.
A little bit of chirping from the Blue Ox bench as Kupolo went by.
Face-off is one. Barassa again just tries to send it all the way down, hoping for a fortunate Karam on net. Didn't get it, though. It'll be another icing, and he'll have to stay on.
He's not able to get off the ice, but at least he's not tied up in action. You know, he gets a little bit of a reprieve with the 10 to 15 seconds it takes to set the face-off circle up.
And Barassa, one of the more veteran players for the Blue Ox. He is a 19-year-old, or I'm saying his 19-year-old season. Second-year Blue Ox. Has the puck again. Gave off for Mike Abrego. Now going to go right to the net mouth. Abrego lost the handle on the puck. Riverkings trying to go back the other way. Mark Abrego is there defensively and swings it right back for Grafelman, but LaJoy takes the puck away. Took Grafelman's stick, and a penalty will be called for hooking. Well, I'll tell you what, Grafelman did some work there to make sure he sold that penalty as he lost the stick, turned to the ref, put his hands in the air, and then the arm went up.
The penalty's on Grafelman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not on.
He was the one that lost the stick. I thought for sure he had drawn one, but a reversal of fortune there, and the Riverkings will head to the power play again.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure. Yeah, he was the one that lost his stick, but maybe that's because he had it tied up in the Riverkings player.
Riverkings 1 for 3 on the man advantage. It'll be rung back around. The Riverkings are going to set up with Bowman. He steps down the near side wall. Bowman at the circle. Surveys and gives to Kupalo. Could not get that puck to cooperate. I thought the puck was playing nice over the last couple of minutes, but it decided to have a mind of its own again. Falkine intercepted. Man. Mark Abrego. He's got Hender with, working in shorthanded. Hender's shot got blocked
by Kupalo.
He would not allow the shot to get through, and here's Kupalo back again in his own zone, trying to start things back up for the Riverkings. Potter down the far side wall, chased by Mann, run into the boards. Mann trying to dip the check. He got taken down. Blue Ox looking for a penalty, won't get it. Falkine, one-timer shot over the top of the net. Johansson never saw it. There's Kupalo. Working down low, taking a look for some options, feeds it down side of the net. Now back for Bowman. Shot save made by Johansson, and he may have kicked the net off of the moorings in the process.
That shot that Falkine ripped up, Mark Abreu was in front of Jacobson, and he kind of didn't obey and got out of the way of the puck and let it sail high.
I can't blame him. There was a lot of spank on that shot. Minute 1 left on the power play here for the Riverkings. 6:59 remains in the second period. Trying to build on their 2-0 lead. Here's Bowman. To the top of the circle now, feeding Kupalo. Bowman to Hill at the bumper. Too many sticks in the way, and that one will be cleared out by the Blue Ox.
Yeah, Mann did a good job.
Mann has been playing well defensively from that center spot. See why he's getting a lot of ice time here from Jay Witta. Deflected away by the Blue Ox.
Ooh, watch out.
Nifty play by Lamont to locate Dylan Hender. Hender's been out there for a while. He'll just backhand one in and go off on a change. 28 seconds left of the power play. Riverkings will try to find the entry once again. Intercepted by Tommy Babb. He's got Lamont with 2-on-1. Here is Lamont with Babb. Lamont gives back to Babb, and a play by Kupalo again. This time got a stick on the pass, and it was just enough to break things up. And that's why you have a defenseman out on the power play. For all of those teams that like to put out the 5 forwards, That's why you put the defenseman out on the power play, and the Riverkings are fortunate to have a pretty good one in Kyle Kupalo, who can provide both the offense and the defense when necessary.
I think Tom's going to buy him dinner for that one, because that would have been leading scorer with the puck, and he makes the pass across. I don't know that Tom would have gotten, well, I shouldn't say that, because I didn't think he was getting to that other one either.
Who knows? He's been Stretch Armstrong today, so he might have gotten over. And now here is Barassa with a long outlet pass ahead for Lamont. Did get the touch on the puck, so Tum will have to come back out and play. Dropped it off. Gavin Gordon got to it first for the Blue Hawks. And a ring pass. And that one shot just wide. I don't know if Tum got a piece, but Babb put it on net. And now here's Barassa walking in. Barassa shot. That one missed the target. All the way back to Shaner. Now the Blue Hawks buzzing. Babb through traffic got blocked. Here's Peel trying to carry ahead. Tricarico couldn't find the exit. Still loose right at the top of the Riverkings zone.
Players,
a little bit of scrapping there as it's under the Blue Hawks.
Yeah, players down on the ice and everybody poking around with sticks, and they decided to blow it dead and protect the player a little bit. I can't see the number because they're number 8.
I think that was Barassa. Well, a pretty pivotal next 5:18 here in the second period. The Blue Hawks have been pushing, trying to at least cut the deficit before the break. Riverkings don't mind.
Have had a couple of power plays, and Blue Hawks have been able to kill them off. So,
face off just outside of the Riverkings zone. LaJoy ends up taking it away from Cheney. Leppert, outlet pass knocked away. Rosenberg wanted to feed it back to Cheney, but LaJoy tracking back took the puck away. Out of the reach of Malliuton, all the way down. No icing though, as Malliuton will play it ahead, intercepted by Nico Peel. Peel centering pass, bounced around, did find its way to Leppert. Shot taken, save made, and that's held on by Johansson.
Yeah, a little bit of a turnover there by the Blue Hawks, and Riverkings got it on net. Get the offensive zone face-off here with 4:52 left. See if it can control this and maybe get a good scoring opportunity out of this.
Here's Bryceland down low using that big frame, able to rip the puck away from Cheney. Jake Bryceland will twist the puck back down low, all the way back to the circle on the near side. Peel caught up to it first. Attempted centering pass was out of the reach of Bryceland. LaJoy will fire a shot. Save made right at the head of Johansson, and he hangs down with 4:35 now remaining in the second.
He's just kind of nonchalant, got flash the leather.
Put the glove up, no problem.
Whatever. Try again another day.
Making it look pretty easy. He's now up to 22 saves on 24 shots. Ian Tum stopped all 21 he's seen so far. Face-off coming up over the right-hand side of the line. Johansson Cooper off of the face-off. Johansson made the save and had to cover up the rebound this time.
The Riverkings are going.
Hey, they've got no problem with this. Continuing these opportunities off of the face-off. Another face-off win for the Blue Hawks this time, though, but they'll turn it right over. Griffin Joy unable to hold his own. Grafelman will swing it across. Here's Riley Lubers in over the line. Lubers with Grafelman breaking to the net mouth. Just threw it through the blue paint. Left down for Micah Brego. Wanted to step around Magnoli. It was fed back to the point. Griffin Joy got to it. He'll get roughed up and taken down by Grafelman. Cooper. Pass doesn't make it through. Lubers with Micah Brego out at center will give it off for Gabe Myers, activating from the defensive spot. Myers shot, save made by Tum. Rebound back to the corner on the far side. Myers just swings it right back down low. Centering pass comes back for Grafelman. That shot got blocked. To the line, another shot, save made by Tum. Rebound loose and cleared out by the Riverkings.
Yeah, they're not letting those the rebounds loose like they gave up a couple of goals last night.
Shot, save made. Grafelman over at the far side will pick it back up.
3-on-2.
Cooper pass ahead. Griffin Joy into the line will flood that one toward Tricarico. Got a piece, but not enough. Here come the Blue Hawks out at center. They want to hit a Brego. And again, just like we saw on Friday, there is plenty of attention on Micah Brego. Not that there wasn't yesterday, but he got free. There's a shot. Save made. And Johansson watches that one come all the way over to the near side wall. Not a lot of ice for Micah Brego today. You can tell the Riverkings are keying in on him again.
Funny thing happens when you score 3 goals.
Yeah, suddenly you draw a little bit of attention. And we'll say this too, if you take a look, not a lot of room for Falk the other way either. Here's Potter dishing off. Tricarico shot, and that one deflected wide.
Blocked by Barassa with the stick.
Man had a poke into the corner. Tricarico trying to settle it down again. Dylan Smith for Dylan Hender. The Dylans go 2-on-3 back the other way. Hender shot, didn't make it through. Chases it down, back hitter, saved by Tum. And then he swats it away with authority. That's going to be a hand pass as Dominy will erase Shaner. And Dominy's going to go off.
You going to call him for interference or just roughing? Roughing
is the call. As he get that hit up high on Shaner. And now 2:30 left in the second period. The Blue Hawks power play will come out. Third time in the contest. And a chance for them to cut the deficit before the break.
Yeah, this is a big kill. 2-0 at the end of the period versus 2-1. It'd be a huge different momentum changer.
Face-off is won by the Blue Hawks, and they'll try to set up. Myers and Barrasso working the points. Lamont, Dylan Smith, and Babb down low. Here's Myers. Returns for Barassa. Pressured at the point. Down low for Babb. Feeding it to Smith. It goes off of the side of the net. Smith was tied up, though. And into the glove of Eli Marchese on the bench. And a whistle coming up.
They're talking about, did he reach over? Yeah, they're going to bring the face-off outside the zone because it almost looked like he reached over and that puck might have come down inside the field of play. I don't know if they could call to delay a game for that or not.
Yeah, I think they may have said that it was deflected.
Okay.
Might have went off the Blue Hawks player last, and that's why the face-off came outside. Here's Babb. Right back across for Zach Lamont, who had to go off of his skate back into the corner. He goes down, trying to win that race to the puck. Rung around, and Myers can set back up. Returns to Barassa. Ran out of time, but gets away from LaJoy. Down low for Lamont. Couldn't settle it down. LaJoy tried to clear. Second opportunity is cleared by Kupalo.
Not enough to get him a change, but
1:12 left in the power play. Myers skates it over the line. Wrapped up by LaJoy for a moment. Myers just dishes back down to the corner for Babb. Chase Mann's out on the ice now for the Blue Hawks. Here's Babb to Myers. Hender over at the far side point. Myers going to try a shot. Ian Tum saw that one all the way and he'll glove it down.
Yeah, Whitehead was doing a good job. He was keeping, it was that man, I think he was keeping Man. Man was trying to get to the front of the net and he just stonewalled him right at the red line, right at the goal line, and didn't let him get in front, and Tum saw that one all the way.
56 seconds left on the power play. The Abregos are back out on the ice. Man with a face-off wins it to Mike Abrego. Dancing, trying to get free in the corner. Found Chase Mann. Lubers setting up in front. Here is Mann returning to Lubers. He'll feed it back to the point, and Dylan Hender, who fires a shot deflected over the top of the net by Mann. Mark Abrego trying to hold the line. Bagnoli trying to force it out. Mike Abrego swinging a miss. Griffin Joy able to kick it free. He's got Bagnoli with. Here is Bagnoli. Hender back defensively. Bagnoli couldn't get a shot off. Now here come the Blue Hawks again. Mark Abrego just dumps it into the corner on the far side. Final minute of the second period here. Hender delays down to the circle. Takes a shot. Save made. Rebound there. Tum comes up with a stop. Man trying to play it free, up the wall and out by the Riverkings with 7 seconds left on the power play.
Hit the official right in front of the Blue Hawks bench, otherwise that's all the way down in the other end.
Well, this time it is. That'll do it as Falkite comes out. Less than 30 seconds left of the second period. Falkite trying to force the turnover back behind.
He gets it.
Falkite comes up with the puck, surveys, throws it across, and just missed Bowman.
Just had a little bit too much air underneath it.
Here's Hill and Bowman. Riverkings looking for one more before the end of the period. Shot save made, and then the rebound covered up by Johansson at that far side post.
Yeah, Falkite tried going high glove side, trying to sneak one in the corner, and Johansson's like, nope.
Yeah, Johansson has played pretty well here in this second period. So has Ian Tum. If you're a fan of goaltending, this second period has been for you. 8.2 seconds left in the middle frame. Face-off coming up. And Falcott will win it back to Kupalo. Able to hold the line. Shot. And once again out at the top of the blue paint. Held on to by Johansson. See if the Riverkings can do that again. Falcott with a clean win back to Kupalo, and maybe a little traffic in front this time. Volkite directing traffic. Also trying to get the linesman to make sure that the face-off is to his liking. Volkite tied up at the circle, still loose. Kubalo comes up with it, not going to have enough time to get another opportunity. And a little bit of a scrap there. A couple of players tied up.
Well,
and now look out here.
Volkite's trying to get away, and the guy's clamped onto his leg. He can't. The guy's grabbing onto him.
Oh, the linesmen are having some words. The officials standing back. Volkite not pleased. I think that was Jamison Clark that he ended up getting tied up with. And we'll see if anything more comes out of this. So 2-0 here at the end of the second period. We know that much to be true. Looks like the Blue Hawks might be trying to
agitate a little bit and trying to draw a penalty.
I think we might see a penalty here. We have the ref going over to the score sheet. Now let's see if he goes in and makes some sort of call here. Leopard is also down having a word with the linesman. Barasa stays out as well, so...
Kupalo is trying to get Leopard away.
All right, well, the linesman and the ref will have a discussion here as we get ready to go in the break. Okay, 2 minutes for cross-checking and 2 minutes for a hold, so I think we will end up seeing, not sure if we'll see 5-on-5 or 4-on-4, but we do know we'll be even strength to start the third period.
Thought it looked like he held up four fingers on 4-on-4, so.
All right, well, that'll be plenty of open ice to start off the period, and that should be, I don't know, a little bit of fun, seeing as how these teams have been going back and forth.
Boring the first two periods.
I know, right?
Jeez.
Waiting for the action to pick up here. Welcome back, everyone. Just about set to begin the third period here from the Southwood County Rec Center. Game 3 of this USPHL divisional matchup. The Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings with a 2-0 lead. 20 minutes away from moving on here in the USPHL playoffs. Matt Panya, Mark Lochner joining you here from high up above in central Wisconsin's premier ice facility. Mark, that second period was one for the goaltenders. Ian Tum making some very ostentatious saves, if you will. And on the other side, maybe not quite as flashy, but a good period in net for Elias Johansson, leaving us at 2-0.
Well, really good scoring. I mean, good scoring chances both ways, like you said. We talked about it Friday night. You know, when you get into the playoffs, if you can find a hot goaltender, it can take you a long way. And both of these teams have excellent goaltending. But like you said, Ian Tum made two of the best saves I've ever seen in this rink. Just that one sliding across to his stick side and got the pad out and stonewalled that one. And then the other flash of leather with the glove on that sniper shot from the top of the face-off circle. So 2-0. Whole season, you know, moving on. It's 20 minutes. Win or go home. It all comes down to this last period. And some of these kids, you know, sometimes I forget, you know, these kids are 16 to 20 years old. They're kids. I mean, they're just busting their butt. They're trying to do whatever they can to build themselves a resume or continue playing hockey. And a lot of emotion, I think, when some of this stuff comes down to it, especially for the kids that are are 20 and are aging out. Yep. This might be the end of their career.
A couple of those on either side getting ready to go here in this third period. Those veteran players will probably be heard from in the final frame as we're back underway. Riverkings moving from left to right across your computer screen, mobile device, or on the Roku, as well as on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Deflected ahead by LaJoy as he'll try to chase it down. It'll be swung back around to the top of the blue paint. Leopard is there. It is LaJoy trying to skate free. Wanted to center. Nobody was home. It's picked up by Hender. And now Hender will swing it over to the far side of Barasa. Barasa 1-on-4. Does have a little help coming as the Blue Hawks will make some changes. They'll send on Mike Abrego and Carl Grafelman. Connected for all 4 of their goals yesterday. Here's Shaner. Carrying it over the line. Shot taking that one. Will sail wide. It'll be Grafelman. Poking it down low. Rung right back around by the Riverkings. And now here comes Jake Bryceland with a ton of room to skate up this side. Bryceland fakes and then takes the shot. Deflected up and out of play off the stick of Abrego.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting there. When the Blue Ox had the puck in the offensive zone and kind of decided they made a line change, and then they only had 3 skaters out there. And I don't know if somebody had an equipment issue and had to come off or what, but...
Here are the Riverkings again. Peel shot through traffic. Big rebound out. Whitehead trying to get to it in time. It was poked away by Mike Abrego. Centering pass goes up on the side of the net. It was a bouncer that ended up getting covered up by Johansson. And then Potter and Myers will meet in front of the blue paint just for fun.
Yeah, that puck was bouncing around there, and he had the pad sealed against the post and just decided to cover it up. Potential to be a little more dangerous than it looked initially.
Shot ends up getting tossed just wide. It'll be the Blue Ox now trying to get back out to center. Mike Abrego over at the far side, skating in with speed. Centering pass. Grafelman's stick was lifted. Riverkings looking to go back the other way. Knocked away from Mark Abrego. Myers back up the wall. Potter just sends back into his own zone for safety where Leppert was waiting. And now Leppert ahead for Sebastian Potter. Bowman fresh out of the ice. Still swinging that way. Pass intercepted. Knocked away from Mark Abrego. Leppert pressured by Zach Labatt. Bowman looking to settle the puck down. Labatt able to take it away. Dropped it back for Tommy Babb. Missed on the connection. Hill able to wrestle the puck away from him. Myers tries to step up, but there's a shot. That one whistled just wide by Folkeye.
Folkeye with the wrister just wide.
Rung back over to the far side. Myers up the boards out at center. Leppert will take the puck and give off for Folkeye. He'll dance around one, carry in. Folkeye to the wrist shot. This time the glove save made, and then picked back up by the Blue Ox. Here comes Labatt. Trying to get past Hill and Kupalo. Dropped it back toward Gavin Gordon. Folkeye tying things up. Eventually, Folkeye comes up with it. Deals over for Bowman. Now he skates in over the line. Bowman surveys. Dishes down low for Kupalo. Kupalo tried to wrap around. He was thinking about it. Wanted to toss it in front and see what happened, but puck didn't get there.
We didn't really get a chance to mention it, but penalty's been over, so they're back at 5-on-5.
Here comes Labatt trying to catch the Riverkings in a change. High shot. Ends up getting shrugged aside there by Ian Tum. And a whistle with 16:56 left in the third period.
Yeah, so the faceoff will come up here to stick side of Tum.
I feel like
so far it's been pretty mundane.
I was just going to say, I feel like all 3 periods have started off the same way. First 5 minutes or so a bit sleepy. Just because the players, I don't know if something's been happening where they've been trying to feel each other out again. Or if they're just nervous
afraid to make a mistake.
I think that might be part of it too, but you don't know. Well, it's the Riverkings who wouldn't mind just seeing this one stay mundane throughout the remainder of the 16:28 left on the clock, whereas the Blue Ox are at some point going to have to start taking some chances. Clark, long outlet pass ahead, deflected off of Whitehead out here. Stricarico just going to step into one, save made, and it'll be covered up by Johansson. And then some pushing after the play is Cooper. Didn't like that Nico Peel got spilled. And we might see a penalty out of this.
No, taking them both.
We'll go 4-on-4. Riverking bench doesn't like the call. It'll be Clark again and Cooper. I think Clark might have been the one that spilled Peel, and then Cooper
retaliated.
Yeah, gave him the retaliation. 16:15 left in the third. 4-on-4 we go. The Riverkings leading 2-0 in some open ice. So delay of game is the call for both. The faceoff comes over to the right-hand side of Johansson. It'll be Tricarico trying to go right through on the faceoff. Blue Ox rip it away. Dish back. Shaner Off of the back of the net does locate Barassa again. He'll just step away from Potter and swing on for Chase Mann. Pass was behind him. Shaner is there, though. Out of the reach of Chase Mann on the pass. It'll be Leppert giving over to this side for Capolo. Banked it ahead for Potter. He's got Dracarico, but Barassa on the steal. Barassa trying to carry it over the line, able to tie things up. Capolo there. Barassa holds the line once again. Mann holds it once more, and he'll pump it right back down low. Forcing Leppert to go to work. Nice outlet pass for Dracarico. Long pass across for Potter to the near side. He'll catch up with Barassa. Tied up, Mann going to do a little mining, seeing if he can come up with some vulcanized rubber. He does.
Frozen vulcanized rubber.
Stick goes flying from Chase Mann. Picked back up by Barassa behind, as it's now 1:01 left on the 4-on-4.
There's a word I never thought I'd say into a microphone. Vulcanized.
You never know, right? As this one will go all the way down. No icing, though. Luber's tying up Capolo. Dylan Smith in on the forecheck, just in case that one came free. It did not. And now the Riverkings have a little time. A little space afforded to the Riverkings to break out, and then Capolo will cross corner dump over to the near side. Mark Abrego dishes back for Myers. He'll try to locate Mark Abrego again. Out at center, turned right over to Leppert. He and Capolo have been out for the entire 4-on-4 thus far. 24 seconds left. Here's Fulcott. End of the line, he's got Hill with Fulcott. Look at the change angle, takes the shot, big save, rebound is up in the air. Knocked down by Fulcott. And a save made there as well.
Yeah, Fulcott was trying to bring it down with his glove, and
right.
Johansson picked it out of the air. If it would have gone in off of his glove, it wouldn't have counted, but he was just trying to get it down and maybe get a lucky bounce. If it bounces off of a defenseman or his stick, then it would have counted. But
yeah, heads up play there by Fulcott, just chasing his own shot.
Ifs and buts.
Pass back ahead. Here is Hill. Fulcott just able to get back on side. Hill with a shot, save made, and once again Johansson has to cover. And the Riverkings will take this. They're getting to neutral, they're getting in, they're getting some long shots in, plenty of offensive zone face-offs happening right now. The Blue Hawks have not been able to set anything up here in the first 5 minutes and change.
And no real rebounds. I mean, a couple of loose pucks, but
swung back, Capolo open, shot, sails just wide.
Missed the top corner.
There's another shot. That one goes off of the base of the post as we go back to 5-on-5. A pass back ahead. Babb will find the puck behind. Carries over the line. Lamont looked like he was in early, but no call. Here's Fulcott. Backhands one out to center. Hill trying to toss it down. That is going to be a hand pass as LaJoy is the first to touch.
You weren't here the last couple of years, but the hand pass turned into a hand toss, and then we got a couple of pizza sponsors, so it turned into there's a hand toss sponsored by Polito's Pizza.
I like that. I like Polito's too.
So a little bit of broadcast history in our little corner of the world.
The hand toss, Polito's hand pass. I like it. This one is hammered back into the Blue Hawks zone and deflected all the way down. Kupalo has to chase, and that is going to go for icing with 13:37 left. And as we said, pretty disjointed first 6:23 here, and the Riverkings will probably be just fine with that. It's the Blue Hawks who are the ones that need to get something going here.
Yeah, and the Riverkings have stepped up. They were equal at shots at the end of the period, end of the second period, and the Riverkings are up 6 right now, 36-30. So they've had a little bit of the better.
Bryce Lynn thought about the wraparound. He's going to have it again. Riverkings have outshot the Blue Hawks in the series thus far as well, 83-76. Big hit by Bryce Lynn. Here's Babb, who was the one that absorbed that Bryce Lynn crunch in the corner. Gordon able to tap that one back into the offensive zone. He was on the right side of the red line, so no icing. Blue Hawks back to work. Pass back to the point. Alston couldn't settle it down. He'll get swatted at there by LaJoy. Kupalo
was able to get it out.
He did get it clear. Been out on the ice quite a bit here so far in the third period. This is probably what we would expect. A lot of 13-4 back in that blue line trying to hold on to this 2-goal lead. Back ahead, Olston. Cross the line. Mike Abrego somehow able to stay on side with Babb. Can't get around Ethan Domine. He'll look to chip it free. Lubers did a good job to hold the line for a moment and now still loose and eventually chopped out. Alston's going to go off. Barassa, good idea there. Just waited for Alston to get on the bench. Otherwise, might have been too many men. Waited just long enough. Deflected in by Lubers. Rung around by Capolo. Out at center, Barassa. Deals for Mike Abrego. Ran out of room by Potter. Swung one in on Tum, and he is just going to corral and cover. Time continues to tick away on the Blue Hawks here in this third period.
Yeah, Tum covered that one up. He had Lubers and Graffelman coming in 2-on, and there was only one defenseman back, so it's good heads-up play just to cover that one up.
The Riverkings have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players out on the ice for the face-off.
Oh, no. Oh, that's a mental lapse.
And I think they're going to get a. Are they going to get a penalty off of this? Or are they going to luck out and get a warning here? Well, let's see as the ref goes over to the scores table and has a quick discussion. I think the Riverkings were trying to make a change.
I think he's kind of saying that's on me.
Yeah, they let that go a little bit too early. Riverkings can breathe a sigh of relief as this one goes back to the line. A fluttering puck backhanded by Grafelman. Grafelman going to get it again, try to get around Potter. Takes the shot, it's off of the glove of Tum. Grafelman chopping it down low, Whitehead ahead. Tricarico able to settle it down. He's out with Domine. Domine will now have to chase into the corner with Barassa. Centering pass knocked away by Grafelman. Here's Domine again. Taken away by the Blue Hawks. Couple of moves by Lubers, able to get back out. Abrego trying to dance around Capolo. Will, and now a backhander by Lubers. Right on net, still loose at the side, and picked back up by Potter. Riverkings are out to center again. It's Domine. He's got Tricarico to his left. Trying to pass it that way. No connection, though. Lubers off of the glass. Out to center. Mike Abrego, rather. Dropped it back for Myers. Overskated it momentarily. Grafelman able to chop around the defender. Shot taken off of the side of the net. Grafelman gets it back. Looking for a little help out front. Able to chop it out for Mike Abrego. Returns to Grafelman. Steps off of the wall. Tried the shot. It got blocked.
Whitehead.
Myers, shot, save made by Tum. Here's Rosenberg. As it'll go back to Myers. Another long shot, that one sails wide. Jamison Clark, roughed up by Joy. Able to keep the play alive, though. It will come back toward the line, and Tricarico gets a stick on the puck and is able to send it into the Blue Hawks zone, but not enough for icing.
Good chip, got some fresh legs out on the ice for the Riverkings.
Nearing the halfway point of this third period, Riverkings still up by a pair as this one will go back into Wisconsin Rapids territory. Leper trying to clear that one through the trees. It ended up getting chopped back to the corner. Now here's Cheney going to work. He and Capolo. Fed back to the line. Mark Abrego for Cheney through traffic. Pulls the trigger and shot it just wide. Don't know how he got that shot off. Mark Abrego backhanding it down low again. Cheney had it swatted away. Blue Hawks trying to hold the red line. They do. And now here comes Myers in. 1-on-4. He's trying to skate all the way through traffic. Myers going to get it back. He had Clark in front. Couldn't feed him though. Physicality picking up a little bit. Blue Hawks pushing now. There's a pass. Didn't make it through from Clark. Capolo back up the wall and all the way down into Blue Hawks territory. This time it will be an icing.
I'm not sure if that's a piece of a pad or something that's laying out here, or
it almost looks like padding from a helmet, maybe. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's breezer guard? I don't know.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it's almost cut in half, so
it's a thing. It's at the racetrack. We call it debris. Go to Golden Sand Speedway on a Friday night. Just down the road here, it's debris. Here's Capolo. Looking for the clear. Chase man back behind. Smith back to the line. Olston.
Good deflection.
That deflection will come all the way back out to neutral. Chop back up the wall.
Joey got his stick on that one.
Again, the Riverkings doing well to make sure that the high-quality scoring chances are not there for the Blue Hawks. And now here comes Falkide out at center with a pass ahead. Bowman just taps it into the offensive zone. Falkide chases on the forecheck. Going to ring it all the way around. The point was vacated, but Kupalo's got some time and space back in his own zone. Hendertrott encroaching in. Hill swatted at it. He was on the wrong side of the red line anyway, so that'll be icing.
Yeah, just couldn't collect it. Just tried reaching with the stick and touching it on the offensive side of the red line, but just a little bit on the wrong side. So if you're the Riverkings, I mean, so far this, with the 2-goal lead, you're okay with how play is going, but you don't want to be back on your heels.
Babb to take the face off of Lamont right over his left shoulder.
Oh,
Riverkings can't clear. Babb trying to force the issue, but Falkide spins away from trouble a couple of times and then gave it off for Kupalo. Back ahead, off of the skate of Ewan Hill. Here comes Falkide over the line. He got stopped up, chopped back out, and now Babb on the take. One-on-one with Leppert. Babb, a run out of room, carries on though, has Gavin Gordon, finds him. Gordon with a shot in the save made by Tum. There's Falkide. Delays, swings across. Barassa trying to settle the puck down on the intercept. He and Bowman will meet. Nifty move there by Barassa. And here comes Babb out at center again. He's with Gavin Gordon and Zach Lamont. Babb makes the move, carries around one. Leppert on the poke check. Barassa follows up though. Barassa trying to kick it free, eventually comes up with the puck. Riverkings able to rip it away. Bowman, a backtracking Lamont, is able to take it away from him. Under 8 minutes remaining here in this third period.
And the Blue Hawks have stepped up their pressure a little bit. They're starting to feel a little bit of the pressure of that 2-goal deficit.
Yeah, they're in need of some offense. Here's a guy that could provide it, but Mike Cabrego gets spilled. And then it was Bryceland who did it. Then LaJoy stepping into his man. And a nice defensive stand there by the Riverkings. Here's Barassa. Looking to reset here for the Blue Hawks. Now under 7.5 left. Swung over to Mike Cabrego. And he'll go one-on-one with Whitehead. Trying to shot. That would have deflected wide. Lamont spun it right back out in front. Couldn't find a connection though. Rafelman and Mike Cabrego. Around one. Centering pass for Lamont. Knocked away. Bryceland able to play it back out to neutral. Peel will take some time and he'll set it in.
LaJoy just hit his... LaJoy just had his skates taken out from underneath him, but there were a couple of guys sprawled out on the ice. I'm not sure.
The bodies were flying there as this one's knocked down by Ethan Dominio. Backhanded ahead. Tricarico was chasing.
And was behind the defense.
Yeah, Lamont will have to send that one out of, Johansson will send that one out of play. 6:40 left here in the third period. It'll be a face-off in the Blue Hawks zone. They will not be allowed to change.
Well, that's one of the things with the Blue Hawks. They're trying to step up the offensive pressure. I don't think they want to mess around with letting Tricarico by himself behind the defense.
And that's the gamble they're probably going to have to take here in the final 6:40, is throwing some extra players up into the rush, maybe from the defensive spot, and could definitely open things up for Tricarico, Falkide, and others. Face off over the left-hand side of Johansson.
Shots are equaled up here a little bit more. But the Blue Hawks have been, they've been pressing the pedal down a little bit more, trying to get that offensive zone, and they've gotten a few more shots.
Rosenberg trying to throw that one through neutral ice. Tricarico had knocked it down. Domine on for Tricarico. Taken away and once again turned over. Domine swings it to the Blue Hawks blue line. Abrego got tripped up by Tricarico. No call. Blue Hawks wanted one. Now Tricarico had it ripped away there by Abrego. They'll race back the other way. Capolo pressured by Cheney. Rosenberg and Tricarico will meet. Tricarico just angling his man away. Now Domine allowed to go back the other way. 1-on-2. Domine feeding. Potter with a shot. Save made.
Johansson didn't know where it was. He got his pad on it, and he thought it was behind him.
Big save there by Elias Johansson. Here's Cheney. Trying to pull the puck free. Kupalo tied up his man. Potter is there as well. Rosenberg will try to feed it back to the point. Goes off of the ref. Now Cheney has it. He got tied up. Eventually comes free, and it's poked back out by Tricarico. Scherf sends that one off of Cheney into the offensive zone where Leopard is in possession. Pass for Kupalo. He'll send it out to center. Scherf hurries it back on. Cheney, and now Jamison Clark. Taken away by Leopard. He'll just hang on to the puck as much as he can, then get roughed up by Dylan Smith. Cheney chopping at it once, twice. Eventually Olston right back into Dylan Smith. Here's Cheney. Twists the shot, deflected by Griffin Joy. Dylan Smith got spilled there. Again, the Blue Hawks looking for a penalty that will not come. Here's Dylan Hender.
Oh, big goal, you're right off the bench.
Yeah, ran right into Hender, gave him a fender bender as this one goes in and deflects all the way back down. Magnoli on the chase. We'll give it back to the line. Kupalo settling it down with a shot. That one took a deflection and ended up going wide.
Kupalo was a good job at the blue line. Now he had that backhanded and really soft hands. Thought that was going to pop over his stick, but didn't.
Chase Mann, plenty of speed. Dispossessed by Griffin Joy and sent back into Blue Hawks territory. Nearing 4 minutes remaining now in this third period. Shot, save made. I'm just going to hang on to that one and get a whistle with 4:14 left in the third. So the Blue Hawks are indeed pushing. They're now up to 34 shots on goal, 37 for the Riverkings. However, the scoreline still reads 2-0. The goals from Bowman and Tricarico in the first. Off of the face-off, it's Dubel. Able to play that one back toward the line. Bowman got just enough on it to make sure the puck went back out to neutral. Folkgod will backhand one in over to the far side. Here's Barassa. Barassa ran out of time as Bowman was there. And now it's swung back over to this side. Barassa able to settle it back down at center. Carries in. Takes a shot, missed that one wide. Trying to go to the blocker side. Babb swung the puck around over toward the near side. Lamont trying to win the race. Big collision there. Lamont comes up with it. And now Gavin Gordon trying to return the puck to Lamont. Gave it back to Gavin Gordon. He and Dubel will meet. Gordon spinning away from the check of Dubel. Lamont had it chopped away. Here's Gordon to the line for Barassa. Wrist shot deflected in front by Babb. Maybe too much of a deflection. Gordon was able to hold the line for a moment, and here comes Hill. He'll flip it past Barassa and get it back. Ewan Hill taking a peek, got chopped down big time. And now the Riverkings are looking for a penalty that won't come.
Maybe the refs know it.
Yeah, you might have to get a chainsaw out to take a penalty here in the final 3 minutes. Intercepted by Hill and sent in.
Allows the Riverkings to get a change.
Picked back up by Barassa. Time really running thin now for the Blue Hawks. We'll see when they decide to pull Elias Johansson for the extra attacker. Will they wait until the final 2 minutes, or will they do it early? There's a shot taken. Joy fanned on it. Second opportunity, and a nice glove save made by Elias Johansson.
Well, and last night the Riverkings never got the opportunity, down 2 goals with like 3 minutes left, and the Blue Hawks kept them from even getting across the blue line and getting anything set up in the offensive zone to even think about pulling the goalie. So if the Riverkings and the Blue Hawks are taking a timeout.
That timeout taken by the Minnesota Blue Hawks with 2:37 left here in the third.
So, if the Riverkings can draw up that same strategy to just keep things at neutral ice or in the defensive zone for the Blue Hawks, they won't, and don't give them the opportunity to pull the goalie. 2:37, 2 goals. It's not outside the scope. It's not over yet, but so far things have been going the way the Riverkings wanted them to. Nothing really outside. They've been playing good, solid defense, not allowing the rebound, the rebounds to come free, tying guys up in front of the net.
Game 3, Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings and the Minnesota Blue Hawks here in this first round of the USPHL Premier Midwest West playoffs. The Riverkings with a 6-2 victory on Friday, 4-2 victory for the Blue Hawks yesterday. 2-0 in favor of the Riverkings on goals from Ian Bowman at 6:18 of the first from Kyle Kupalo, and then 18:38 from Will Tricarico, his first of the playoffs from Ewan Hill. It's where we stand right now. The winner of this one moves on to take on Hudson next weekend. the Minnesota Squatch and the Minnesota Moose on the other side. And the winners of both of those series heading to Utica for the national championships. Got to get through the next 2.5 first, though. Riceland in front. Oh, that one deflected just off of the pad.
Yeah, LaJoy was in front of the goal, and Bryceland got it to him.
Mark Abrego giving it across for Myers. We're going to watch Johansson, but once again the pass doesn't connect at center, and here comes Bryceland in one on the defenders. LaJoy settling it down, swinging it across for Peel. Shot, that one missed high to the blocker side.
Riverkings will take this, though. It comes all the way back out to neutral ice.
Capoldo with plenty of time with the pass ahead, and that's exactly what the Riverkings want to do. Deflected in by Peel. Now under 2 minutes remaining. Blue Ox need to get that puck up the ice. Can't do it. Myers again got stopped up. Here's Lubers. Off of the boards, back out at center. Leppert settling it down. Milking a little more time off as he gives to Kupalo. Riverkings playing keep away. Finally, Mark Abrego comes up with it, but nobody was over that far side wing, and the Riverkings can play keep away again. Kupalo pass ahead, deflected into the zone. Here's Joy walking in, shot, score!
He'll do it.
Your dagger! The Riverkings are going to be moving on.
That'll do it, Joy. The Riverkings were doing exactly what the Blue Ox did to them last night. Blue Ox could never even get the puck across the red line hardly, and the Blue Ox a little bit of a miss a pass, and the Riverkings set it something up and take away the puck at neutral ice. Joy comes in, able to bury the dagger right in the back of the net.
And it may be the player who scored the first goal of this playoff series might be scoring the last one. 3-0 Riverkings with 1:20 left here, and the hill is very steep for the Blue Ox. Here are the Riverkings batting it back out to center. We'll see if the Blue Ox are able to get Johansson off. It's 1:07 left here, as Griffin Joy appears to have punched the ticket to the second round of the playoffs for the Riverkings. Shot just wide. Johansson's not going off for the extra attacker. Here's Barassa walking the line, poked away. Who else? Griffin Joy over the red line. He'll send it in. Riverkings fans, they have filled up the Southwood County Rec Center throughout the weekend. It was tension yesterday. It was tension through most of today. And now they're ready to go into celebration mode on a Sunday night. 27 seconds remaining in this third period. Pass ahead for Folcott.
Another one of your stars of the weekend for the Riverkings.
4 goals for him, looking to just kill a little bit of time. Spun back in the zone retreated, trying to eat the final 10 seconds. Riverkings bench is
got
up.
It buried
they
in the
are
corner.
saluting, and the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings are moving on to the second round to take on Hudson next weekend. They take game 3, 3-0 here at the Southwood County Rec Center.
Come back from, you had mentioned it earlier, coming back from the dead when they were, mid-season, when they really were in kind of a slump, and everybody had kind of written them off, and they found a spark and were able to. I know we were talking here one weekend when they played the Ducks. The offense had been kind of asleep, and they were looking for offense, and they put 8 goals on the board, and ever since then they've been playing some really sharp hockey. And I don't know either one of these teams with the goaltending is got a chance in the playoffs. All you got to do is you get good goaltending and you can move on. Tonight, Tum shut the door completely with the shutout.
You said it. Exceptional goaltending from Ian Tum today, stopping all 34 his way. And the 20-year-old goaltender on the other side will be aging out. Elias Johansson had himself a pretty good contest as well, stopping 37 of 40. Only one other age out on this Minnesota Blue Ox team. We'll talk about them for a second. That's Mark Abrego, the defenseman. But every other player eligible to return for this Blue Ox squad next season. Very well. Seemed like a rebuilding year for them. They're always one of the top 3 teams in the league. They were down in 7th for most of the year. Got that 3-way tie at the end to come to 5th. They're going to be one to watch next year, I would say.
They're going to be good next year. They definitely well coached, sharp. Obviously disappointed that they are moving on, but the Riverkings, they completely rebuilt this year from ground zero. They had a totally new roster, and they came together. Let's see what they can do next weekend against Hudson.
Built well by Paul Petchman and the coaching staff for the Riverkings. By the way, final home game for Will Tricarico, John Leppert, Matt LaJoy, Ian Bowman, Nico Peel, Ewan Hill, Tobias Folkide, and everyone else eligible to return for the Riverkings, as they have definitely continued building hockey up and down the river here, like they like to say in Wisconsin Rapids. So, your final 3-0 here in game number 3. Bowman from Kupalo at 6:18. Tricarico from Hill at 18:38 of the first and nothing in the second. And then the late goal, the insurance marker from Griffin Joy. His second of the playoffs from Sebastian Potter. And Kupalo gets the assist on that one as well. His 5th assist of the playoffs. Ian Tum comes up with a big win, the 34-save shutout. And Mark, now let's talk about what's on tap next weekend for the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings. They take on Hudson. Hudson, a combined 21-0 over the Dells Ducks in their 2-game set. They've had the Dells Ducks number all season long. Last time they played the Riverkings, though, here at the Southwood County Rec Center, understand the game's going to be in Hudson. That was a very, very tight game. This is going to be a better playoff series than I think a lot of people might be giving the Riverkings credit for. Hudson, like we said, they're a team that's built to move on. 17, 20-year-old players. They've got the Nationals in mind. The Riverkings aren't going to be an easy hurdle to get past them.
Well, I tell you what, it's going to be a game where it's going to be a hard, tough battle. Goaltending and the hockey bounce. There's every game has, a bounce goes one way, a rebound comes out to somebody that's got to look at an open net. And that's kind of what happened in that game against the Hudson here. It was 0-0 basically until there were 10 minutes left, and there was a bounce that came out, and the Hudson was able to get that one in the back of the net. And then they got another goal, and then the Riverkings put one in later in the third period. A lot of pressure. Hudson, if they feel the pressure, if the Riverkings are able to get the first goal in one of those games, if they start feeling a little pressure, that'll bode well for the Riverkings, and we'll see what happens next weekend.
4-1 the first time those two teams met in Hudson on November the 4th, and then the Riverkings on November the 5th, a 3-2 victory. That was the first time Hudson lost this season. It was to the Riverkings on Hudson's home ice. So we are in for a series next week, I would assume. Griffin Joy, Ian Bowman, Ian Tum, your 3 stars of the game, and unfortunately I wasn't paying attention, so in no particular order down there.
I would think Tum.
Yeah.
Tum got number 1.
Probably, and if he didn't, he did for us. Well, I want to thank everybody up here at the Southwood County Rec Center. Zach, Matt Fillmore, Art Napgezek, Mark Lochner for welcoming me here up. I know I'm kind of in enemy territory sometimes, with that other jacket that I wear, but hey, we're all friends here, aren't we? And we had a good time throughout these visits, so thank you guys.
It's been fun.
All right, and all you fans, thank you as well, whether you're watching on Hockey TV or Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Don't forget next week's playoffs on Hockey TV. You can catch those as well and see where the Riverkings go. They'll take on the Hudson Havoc next week. Enjoy the remainder of your summer, or your spring, and then your summer, everyone. We're not even in summer yet. I'm jumping ahead of things. I mean, it was like 45 degrees here. I'm already warmed up. Until we cross paths again, my friends. We'll see you next October. Stay out of trouble.